I was brewing coffee in my ranch's kitchen when my security app pinged. My garage cameras caught Karen Miller, HOA tyrant, parking two Ford Mustangs inside my private, county land garage, claiming it was HOA overflow parking. Her nerve was a lightning bolt, invading my space on land beyond her HOA's reach. Karen, who'd kidnapped my kids, abused 911, and sent fake cops, had hijacked my garage with no permission. She didn't know my cameras recorded her every move. I was Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, Meadow Mart owner, conservationist, SWAT trainer, tech founder, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, sheriff, 911 dispatcher, and retired federal judge, and I had the law on speed dial. Her stunt wasn't just trespass, it was theft of property use, and I was about to tow her Mustangs and her ego into oblivion. I stormed to my garage, phone filming as Karen's cars hogged my space, her note on my workbench reading, HOA approved parking. Neighbors, alerted by my alarms, gathered livid. This wasn't just an intrusion. It was Karen's most brazen assault, blind to my ownership and tech. My heart raced, but a smirk crept in. She thought my garage was her lot. I was about to turn her parking scheme into a viral eviction, with my tow truck as the hammer. What unfolded wasn't just reclaiming my garage. It was a masterclass in property rights, swift justice, and community backbone that left Karen carless, her HOA crushed, and Crescent Meadows roaring. My garage wasn't just a shelter. It was her trap, and my sheriff's badge was the key. Karen's Mustangs were her dumbest move, and my ranch was about to boot them out. Crescent Meadows was a fierce suburb, its icy driveways, thriving markets, and my Meadow Mart Cafe, a bold stand against Karen Miller's HOA tyranny. Once stifled by rules on unapproved parking and shared spaces, it now thrived, with my 50-acre state-leased ranch and my farmhouse on unincorporated county land as its core. My garage, a spacious two-car haven on my private property, was HOA exempt, wired with cameras and motion sensors that caught every violation. I'm Sarah, the 20-year-old farmer, conservationist, SWAT trainer, Meadow Mart owner, tech founder of Crescent Code, federal health inspector, sharpshooter, county sheriff, 911 dispatcher, and retired federal judge who'd crushed Karen 43 times, buying Meadow Mart after her farm stand ban, exposing her assault on Lily, stopping her fishing derby, evicting her fishing club, jailing fake HOA cops, rallying for a pilot's defiance, retrieving my towed tractor, shutting down her cow call on my fence, backing Ibrahim Traore, ejecting her security patrol, protecting the Thompsons, winning court for my wrecked car, defending my mom's cold stand, exposing her 911 call on Senator Ellison, grounding her airline stunt, nailing her bank meddling, restoring my water pipe, towing her SUV, saving my mom's nurse, rescuing Emma from her kidnapping, saving Liam from her brick attack, foiling her field grab, scaring her with my bear, Bruno, defending Emma's wheelchair, stopping her 911 call on my ranch, saving Max from her clippers, voiding her lake fine, saving my pool party, recovering my stolen truck, foiling her power theft, stopping her sewage-powered lights, disarming her fake cop, rebuilding my sister's bridge, proving I owned her mortgage, stopping her assault on my wife, Alex, ejecting her trespassing officers, shutting off her pipeline, proving my Lamborghini legit, turning my lawn into an obstacle course, outshooting the FBI, stopping her fake cop arrest, handling her 911 abuse, and rescuing my kids from her kidnapping. My sheriff's authority and judicial past made me a legal juggernaut. Karen Miller, mid-50s, was a desperate bully, her clipboard a flimsy prop for her crumbling control. Exiled, jailed, and bankrupted, she'd parked her Mustangs in my garage under a fake HOA parking permit. Unaware her act was trespass and theft, my land was private, and I could tow her cars legally. Her scheme, backed by a few HOA diehards, relied on forged rules, blind to my cameras and badge. Key allies included Alex, my Delta Force operative wife, my sister, Mia, a nurse, my brother, Jake, a Marine, my cousin Vince, leader of the Iron Riders bikers, my mother, Ellen, a sharpshooter with dialysis, Tom, my biologist friend who monitored my lake, Linda, the councilwoman who backed my fights, Lily, my waitress turned leader, and the Thompsons, especially Dr. James Thompson. Deputy Harris, my SWAT deputy, led the response, and my FBI contact, Agent Laura Chun, was ready to escalate. The Crescent Meadows Forum, our digital hub, would amplify the fight. The setting was a frigid January morning in 2027 at my garage on a county road, where Karen's Mustangs sat and my cameras rolled. Neighbors, roused by my sensors, gathered in outrage. Karen's trespass was a crime, and her ignorance of my authority was her fatal error. This wasn't just about my garage. It was Karen's final assault on Crescent Meadows' freedom. For me, it was a chance to protect my property, expose her theft, and unite our community. As I filmed, I knew this fight would echo our victories and blaze with our strength. Karen's garage invasion was a flagrant crime. HOA parking, her note boasted, taped to my workbench as her Mustangs blocked my space. I flashed my sheriff's badge, yelling, "This is my private garage, Karen. You're trespassing." She wasn't there, but my cameras caught her unlocking my garage with a stolen key. I radioed Harris, who growled, "Theft and trespass?" She's towed. Ellen, with Emma and Liam, texted my deed, saying Karen's out of gas. Linda vowed to bring county officials, noting stealing a judge's garage? Prison. I called Agent Chun, who snapped, "This is FBI-level property theft." Neighbors swarmed, filming the Mustangs. My forum post exploded. Karen parked her cars in my garage. I'm towing them. Hashtag Karen stole my garage and hashtag protect Sarah Space trended, hitting 85 million views. Jake, my barista, live streamed from Meadowmart, showing my footage in deed. Crescent Meadows stands with Sarah, he said, hitting 90 million views. Lily handed out flyers about trespass laws, explaining Sarah owns this garage. Karen's a thief. Karen's HOA cronies, a duo with signs, shared parking. Tried to defend her, but neighbors drowned them out, chanting Sarah's garage. Mia shared my judicial rulings, proving my clout. I share my camera clip. Karen's Mustangs are in my garage. She's busted. The video hit 750 million views. James Thompson arrived, saying, "She targeted us too. We're testifying." His federal weight shook the cronies. Harris's SWAT team and Chin's FBI unit arrived, inspecting the cars. She used a stolen key, Chun said, holding the lock scratches. I call my tow contact, live streaming. Karen stole my garage. Her cars are gone. The stream hit 3 billion views, with news vans circling. Comments flooded. Sarah's a boss. Karen's parked. Linda arrived with a county attorney, announcing Karen's act is felony trespass. The crowd chanted space, space, as the cronies fled. The FBI found Karen at her condo, clutching a fake parking permit. Harris cuffed her as my tow truck hauled her Mustangs. Karen rambled, "It's HOA space," but Chun held up my footage indeed. "You're under federal arrest," she said. The forum planned a space-free day at Meadowmart with music and property rights talks. Karen's lie about shared parking collapsed. My garage owed nothing. The stage was set, not just to reclaim my space, but to crush her reign and rally Crescent Meadows around my ranch. Her Mustangs were her end, and my tow was my victory. My garage was a fortress of justice. Karen stood cuffed in her condo, trembling, as Harris and Chun reviewed her fake permit. The livestream hit 3.5 billion views, with hashtag Karen stole my garage and hashtag protect Sarah Space trending globally. Neighbors packed my driveway, waving signs, Sarah's garage, no HOA theft. News crews broadcast live, anchors calling it a judge's tow versus HOA greed. The air crackled, and I was ready to lock Karen away. Tom addressed the crowd, voice steady. Sarah's garage is private, HOA exempt county land. Karen's parking is felony trespass and theft. He showed my footage and deed, proving her crime. Neighbors cheered, sharing the clips online. Ellen handed out flyers, saying, Sarah's our judge. Karen stole her space. The forum surged, Karen's a crook. Sarah's our hero. A viral tweet read, HOA Karen parks Mustangs in judge's garage, gets towed. Hashtag Karen stole my garage. Karen yelled, it's community parking. But Shin held up my footage, stating, You committed theft and trespass. Her face crumpled. She hadn't known my judicial past. National property rights groups joined X, posting, Karen's attack on Sarah's garage is a disgrace. Support Crescent Meadows. The Change.org petition, Justice for Sarah's Garage, hit 90 million signatures with comments like Sarah's a legend and Karen's done. Linda spoke to reporters, voice firm. Sarah's property and justice are our pride. Karen's theft threatens us all. She announced a council motion to fine the HOA $1.4 million and ban all operations. The crowd roared, chanting space free. The HOA, gutted by scandals, leaked texts disavowing Karen. She's rogue. Neighbors guarded my garage as Vince's biker crew patrolled the ranch. I grabbed the megaphone, heart pounding. Karen parked her Mustangs in my garage, but I'm a federal judge and sheriff. This is my land. I proposed a space-free day at Meadow Mart with tow demos, music, and a fundraiser for property defense, inviting all. The crowd cheered, volunteering to monitor my garage. I shared online, Karen's Mustangs are gone. Join us for Sarah's Space. The live stream hit 4.5 billion views, with hashtag SpaceFreeDay trending. Comments flooded. Sarah's unstoppable. Karen's towed. Karen made a last stand, yelling at Shun. The HOA's above you. But Rachel, my attorney, arrived with a federal indictment. You're charged with trespass, theft, and conspiracy, she said, as Harris tightened her cuffs. The crowd parted, phones filming her walk to the FBI van, her Mustangs impounded. Jake's stream hit 7 billion views, with comments like, "Bye, Karen." Garage wins. News ran headlines. 20-year-old Judge Sheriff tows HOA Karen's Mustangs from her garage. Lily organized kids to paint space-free signs, while Tom tied it to my lake, saying Sarah protects our rights. Harris secured my garage, and neighbors cheered. Chun verified my deed, and Linda promised county funding for a Crescent Haven sign, marking my ranch's status. The stage was set for a victory that would reclaim my space, end Karen's reign, and show Crescent Meadows' power. Karen was cuffed, but the tow's impact would shock everyone. The federal courthouse roared with justice as Karen faced trial. My garage cleared. The live stream hit 8 billion views, with hashtag Karen stole my garage and hashtag protect Sarah's Space trending worldwide. Neighbors packed the gallery, waving space-free signs as news crews filmed. I held the megaphone, my roles as judge, sheriff, and landowner now a verdict, my evidence our blade, ready to bury Karen. Judge Rivera, a federal veteran, called order. Ms. Miller, you're charged with trespass, theft, and conspiracy, he said. Rachel presented my footage, showing Karen parking her Mustangs. The plaintiff is a retired federal judge, sheriff, and landowner, she said. The gallery cheered, phones filming for the forum, where comments surged. Karen's done. Sarah's our queen. Shun testified, voice sharp. Karen's unauthorized parking violated property rights and federal law. She showed the fake permit, sparking gasps. Linda announced the council's $1.4 million HOA fine and dissolution vote. The crowd chanted space. Space, as kids waved painted cars, symbols of our win. Tom showed my deed, proving my ownership. Sarah's toe crushed her, he said, sparking applause. I unveiled a Crescent Haven sign sketch, county-backed, to mark my ranch's status. This garage is mine, not Karen's, I said, sharing it online, a lock under a state seal. The forum erupted. Perfect. Sarah's legacy. Rivera reviewed the evidence. Footage, deed, permit, calling it irrefutable. Karen, pleading not guilty, claimed it's HOA parking. But Rachel played her note, exposing her lies. Rivera ruled, guilty on all counts. 6 years for Miller, $2.7 million in damages to Sarah, and HOA dissolution. The gallery roared as Karen slumped, broken. My digital dossier, footage, deed, indictments, was handed to the press, ensuring conviction. News ran it live. 20-year-old Judge Sheriff tows HOA Karen's Mustangs from her garage. The crowd surged, music blaring, as Space Free Day plans took shape. I gave a mic to Vince, who grinned. Sarah's garage is sacred, he said. Neighbors hugged him, guarding our ranch in solidarity. This wasn't just Karen's defeat. It was Crescent Meadows' triumph. Proof our property could outshine theft. As my garage stood empty, justice rolled. Karen's conviction was Crescent Meadows' victory. News ran headlines like Judge Sheriff Toe's HOA, Karen's Mustangs from her garage, and Sarah's space triumphs. The live stream hit 11 billion views, with hashtag Karen Stole My Garage trending for weeks. Fan art of my tow truck as a justice symbol flooded the forum, and property rights groups invited me to speak. Talk shows called, but I stayed grounded, saying this is about our home. Space Free Day was a sensation. Thousands joined, neighbors, kids, Harris's team, touring my ranch, dancing, and unveiling the Crescent Haven sign. Meadowmark catered, and Tom led eco talks, tying the garage to my lake's bluefins. The event raised $6 million for property defense, and state leaders hailed it as a model. The forum buzzed with photos. Sarah's space shines. No more Karens. The HOA was eradicated. Linda's vote fined it $1.4 million and dissolved it, with new laws banning property theft. Karen got 6 years, was banned from Crescent Meadows, and vanished to a prison cell. Her Mustangs sold at auction, reportedly arguing over rules. Don't Park Like Karen became a local joke painted on garages. My ranch became a tourist draw, with visitors admiring the sign. Meadow Mart and my farm stand soared, the cafe hosting Haven nights with music and property talks. Tourists flocked to Sarah's garage, boosting sales. Neighbors brought gifts. Many tow trucks, sheriff patches, saying my fight inspired them. Tom's data showed my lake thriving, celebrated at a community feast. The digital dossier, footage, deed, verdicts was studied for property laws, influencing policy. Lily mentored kids, painting eco signs for the ranch. The forum planned a Haven Fest with tow demos, music, and SWAT drills, cementing our spirit. Sarah turned Karen's theft into our triumph. One post read, I hired teens to monitor my garage, giving them pride. At the fest, under a Haven Forever banner, Linda toasted, to Sarah, Alex, Vince, and Crescent Meadows, where spaces defeat tyrants. Fireworks burst, kids danced, and my ranch glowed. Karen's Mustangs have been a spark, but we built a legacy. Meadow Mart, my ranch, and my badge were our stronghold, proof no bully could claim our space. As stars shone, I knew Crescent Meadows would always stand bold, free, and unstoppable.